Hey, good morning there, everybody. This is Robert. Crap for life. Got a little trip report I want to give everybody. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out there to all the Craps Nation boys and girls. Hope everybody's doing good. Thank you to all my subscribers. Sure appreciate everybody. Sipping on coffee and enjoying life. Wife and I decided to take a little quick road trip down to Biloxi last week. We pulled out Wednesday afternoon. I guess it was about 1 o'clock or so. And 5-hour drive down. We got there about 6 o'clock or so. We were staying at the Island View Casino and Hotel. We got there, and my golden rule is after a 5-hour drive, I never play craps. So, Wednesday night, we just sort of moseyed around and played some slots and had dinner at the buffet. And I don't know, it was about 9, 10 o'clock. We were both tired from the drive and everything, so we went to bed. We got up Wednesday morning. We wanted to do a little running around. We had free play all over Biloxi, so we wanted to go and cash in on some of our free play and just sort of hit a few casinos and run around a little bit. So we got up and had breakfast. We loaded up and went down to the bow. The only table that they had open at the bow was a crapless table, and I'd never really played the crapless table. So $25 table. I bought in for $200. I wanted to try it. So there was myself. When I walked up, there was one man on the table, an elderly man, stick right one. And he was a heavy green chip better. He had like 2 green chips on all the numbers all the way across. And I bought in, and I'd never played on that table. I usually just play regular craps, bonus bet. So I bought in for $200 on $25 pass line, and I did a 110 inside. Dice got to me, and I started throwing. Had a pretty good little run, had a pretty good little roll. I'd say high teens, 17, 18 in that ballpark. And I was real conservative on my betting, because I wasn't sure about the table, So, I was just, first thing I did, I just got all my money back off the table. I didn't even press anything until I had all my money back. And I hit some other stream numbers and whatever. I didn't even have any bets on those. But anyway, I finally sevened out, and I had a pretty good little stack of green chips in the rack here. And while I was shooting, there were 2 other guys that walked up to my right at the end of the table. And the one guy was talking smack, how great a shooter he is and all this, And he bought in with a wad of $100 bills that choke a horse. I mean, in front of the pit boss were just lined up $100 bills all the way across. I don't even know how much it was. It was a good chunk of change. Well, the dice were coming to him, so he black chip on everything. And I think he had like $50 each on all the hard ways, and just crazy amount of money. Lo and behold, yeah, it was Mr. Big Shot, PSO. So dice come around to his buddy there. He loaded up again, same thing. I think his buddy got like 4 or 5 rolled in, he 7'd out. And the dice come back to this old man on stick right 1. And this time, all I was doing was I wasn't even playing pass line bet. I was just betting a 6 and 8 on them. And so I'd lost all that money from those 2 guys. And the old guy next to him down there, he grabbed the dice, and they were just all chicken feeders, just picking up dice and chucking them. So instead of me using my brain and going to the dark side, I just stayed with it. The old man got on a little bit of a roll. I think he hit like 9. It was either 8 or a 9 roll. Nothing right home about, but I made a few bucks back off of him. Dice come back to me, and I was basically about maybe $200 up, a little bit more maybe. So I did my exact same thing again, and just I don't know, for some reason I just could not get in the groove, just could not get zoned in, and I think I threw a 9, either 8 or a 9 roll. I got my money back because I hit like 3 6s in a row, and I think I hit a 9 and a couple, 1 or 2 garbage numbers, and then I hit another one, so I got my money back, and then I 7'd out. And I told the pit boss, I said, "Here, just color me up, I'm done." So he tossed me a purple chip and 2 green chips, and I had a bunch of reds and whites left, and I just gave those to the dealer, and I left. So I was up $300, and I figured, man, that's a good start, Thursday morning. So we met up with my wife, and we were both getting a little hungry. It was right around lunchtime by then. We got there late. I mean, it was probably, 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock their time by the time we got there. So we went to the Beau Rivage and had lunch at the buffet. We each had a bunch of comps for food, and we had a bunch of free play there and everything. So we went and ate lunch, and the food was awesome. If you haven't eaten at the Beau Rivage buffet, it's back open. Their food is great. So after lunch, we played around in there for, an hour or so more, just using up our free play, trying to hit a machine here or there. Well, we got tired of that. We went over to the, told my wife we'd never been to Harrah's before. So I wanted to go to Harrah's. So we loaded up, went on over to Harrah's, and after I finally figured out how to get into the place, find the parking lot, or into the parking garage and everything, because it's backside of it is where you go in at. I didn't know because I'd never been there. But anyway, we got over there, got in, got our players' folk cards and everything. I made a beeline to the craps table. I hear everybody talking about, their craps tables are so great. So I got there, and there was 2 guys down on stick right 1 and 2, and they looked like they had been there for quite a while. They were just up and down, and I watched them throw for a little bit before I bought in. Stick left 1 was open. There was nobody else at the table. So I bought in for $400, and it was a crapless table. It was a pretty long table. It was crapless. The only thing I had open. And dealers and all were super nice people, very nice folks. Guys come to me. I did my 110 inside. I think I threw twice, 3 times. Set a point of something. I don't even remember what it was. Threw another number and 7'd out. So the dice went back down to the other 2 guys and played through them. Dice come back to me. I think it was about the same thing. I threw 2 or 3 times and 7'd out. Well, that table down there is hard as a sheet of granite. And I'm not used to throwing on tables like that. And they're really, really hard. So that was my first experience with a super hard table. So I just said, well, thank you for the game. And I tipped the dealers and I left. So I was down about $200. So I moseyed around, found the wife, see what she was doing. She wasn't doing anything either. So I said, well, let's just play here for a little bit, and maybe run up some comps or whatever, and just have, see what's going on. So we played video poker for that for a little while. The poker machines are really good, but they're all sitting right underneath this, like a big giant air conditioning unit. You just sit there and freeze to death. So I got off of that and went walking around. I found this other machine. I sat there and played it. I bought into the machine for like $40 and cashed it out for like $250. And I got my money back that I lost on the craps table. And played some more video poker, and I got it up about $100 profit, cashed it out. So I was up about $100, so far for the trip. A couple $100 anyway, a couple hundred. But the wife wasn't doing anything. She was steadily going down the toilet. So we got out of there, and I said, well, what do you want to do? She said, let's go over to the IP. I said, yeah, great, let's go to the IP and see what's going on. Well, by this time, it's about 4 or 5 in the afternoon. And we got over there. They had 2 tables open. They had a $15 table that you could not take a Players Club card and squeeze in between the players. You wouldn't think there was any COVID going on, that's for sure. And then there was a crapless table that was open, $25. So we moseyed around a little bit, and I told the wife, I said, I really don't want to play no $25 table. So we walked around and we played a little bit, and we played. I got on this one machine. It was a quarter machine. It was a 5-quarter play. Sitting there playing it, and lo and behold, that sucker lined up and paid me $800. I said, well, cool, I'm up. So I said, well, I'm up 800 on this machine. I'm gonna go over and play this crapless table. Big mistake, folks. Take your money, put it in your pocket, and walk away. Their crapless table there is 14 foot, and it is also hard as a rock. Well, me not being able to throw on a hard table, I haven't been practicing on a hard surface table. I couldn't do anything. And there was only 2 of us on the table. Just could not get anything going on with it. And I lost, I don't know, $300 or $400 on that table. So I found the wife and said, let's get out of here. Let's go somewhere else. Well, by that time, it was like 7 o'clock. She was tired, and I was getting tired. And I said, well, let's just go back to the hotel. We'll just get bed early and get up Friday morning and try it again. So that's what we did. We went back to the Island View, and we messed around there a little bit. We got to bed at a pretty reasonable hour. So, but anyway, Friday morning we got up and started running around again. We went back down to Hard Rock. Could not do anything there. I lost quite a bit of money at the Hard Rock. So did she. Let's see, what did we do after that? We were there at the Hard Rock, I don't know, probably about 4 hours or more. We just like playing there. Usually the machines are doing pretty well. She got on some pretty good video poker machines there, back in the back. But they were just up and down, just like everything else. craps table, I didn't do anything on it. Just could not get dialed in. So I'm pretty much gave them all my profit so far. So I'm close to being even on the bankroll. Maybe even down a little bit, I'm not real sure. But anyway, we decided to go over to the Scarlet Pearl. I hadn't been to the Scarlet Pearl in like forever. So we went over there, and I think we hadn't been there so long. We only had like $10 for free play each. I said, well, whatever. Let's go over there and give it a shot, see what we can do. So we got there, and we walked in, and I looked down the road there and seen a craps table, and shoot, there ain't nobody on it. I said, well, that must be $25 table or something going on. Well, no, it was just a $15 table, and there was just a guy and a girl on the end shooting. So I walked up and I bought in for a couple $100, and because I bought in late, the dealer just passed the dice back to the girl. So I put 555 on the bonus bet, and she was just a chicken feeder. So I was just real conservative. You know, I did 66 inside on her, and lo and behold, she got on a roll. She hit the small, and she needed a 12. She needed a 12 for the all. And I don't know, she threw for probably 20 minutes. Could not hit that 12. I mean, everybody was just, even the dealers, come on, because we had dealer money on there for them too. We were all betting, you know, throwing $5 in on the midnights, trying to buy it in if we could. But she finally sevened out. But I made a nice little chunk of change off of her on that one. And the dice come back, went to that guy there, or I guess it was her husband, and he didn't do anything. 2 or 3 rolls and he was out. The dice come to me, and I just got in the zone, and I threw a 20 roll. I think it was a 22, because I was 22. And I was racking my chips on the rack. Every time I hit something, I just lay the chips right there so I could keep count of what I was doing. It was a 22 roll. Well, 21, 22 with a 7. And they had a nice little chunk of change out there. I just bought in for 66 inside and played until I got my money back off the table. And then I just started pressing up. I didn't do my full presses like I should have. I was doing a sister press. Like if I hit a 5, I'd press the 5 and 9, and if I hit a 6, or I'd press a 6 and the 8, and I did it like that. And I really wasn't throwing many 4s and 10s, but I put $10 on the hard 4 and the hard 10, and I was using the 2-3-1-2 dice set, and it worked out pretty well for me. So after I finally sevened out, I played one more. Oh, there was 2 other guys that walked up to the table. The guy and the girl, they left after I got done. There was 2 other guys that was watching. They walked in right away and bought in. The guy on the end and the hook, he was throwing, and he wasn't setting the dice, but he was picking the dice up the exact same way every time and throwing just the exact same way every time. And he was pretty consistent hitting the landing zone down here. And he got on a pretty decent roll. I made a little money off of him. So after that, I played there for about 2 hours on that table, and I was up a little bit. It would go up and down, up and down. So I think I finally ended up cashing out like a $300 profit on that table. Like I said, I wasn't betting big. I was just being real conservative. So we got it. Wife was still losing. She wasn't doing anything, so she was ready to go. So we got out of there, and we decided to go back to the Beau Rivage, play over there. It was about, I don't know, it was probably about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening. No, they had 3 tables open and there wasn't a space open nowhere. So we just sort of played around, played slots, helped them pay the light bill. So I was down again. There's a few machines over there that usually pay out pretty good for me, and I couldn't get them to hit nothing. So anyway, we did that. Wife was way down. I mean, her bankroll was about gone. So I started giving her money, and then my bankroll started dropping pretty significantly. So Saturday, we decided to go on back to the room, get a good night's sleep, and get up Saturday and try it one more time. Well, I'd have been better off just to go on home. I would have left and come out better. Saturday, we could not hit anything. Not a thing. Anywhere we went. I think we hit like almost every casino down, well, not everyone down there. But I just could not get in the groove to make anything happen. So Saturday night rolls around and our bankrolls are gone. I said, let's go to bed and get up early and come home. So that's pretty much what we did. So we helped pay a lot of casinos' light bills down there this past week. So some weekends it's like that. Some weeks it's like that, though. You know, it's why it's called gambling and not winning. But I learned a few lessons down there. I really like those hard surface tables. And my table has got, you know, it's got a pretty good bounce to it. I mean, I've got a tablecloth and I've got an 1/8 inch felt underneath this underlayment over here, and it's got a pretty decent bounce. It's not as bouncy as Roll the Wind's table, but it's pretty significant. So when I got home Sunday, wife and I took a little nap, and I got up and I said, I'm going to fix my table. So what I did is I come out here and I tore the whole end of the table apart and I redid it. And now it is, hear that crack? I've got that little piece of tablecloth and my underlayment down here now. So I am going to learn how to throw on a hard surface table. But pretty much that was it. I've got a lot of practicing to do. I know for sure the Harris table was super hard, and the Scarlet Pearls table was hard, and the IP's table was really hard. So I'm gonna, you know, and I like those 3 casinos. I mean, I was really impressed with Harris. It was a pretty nice casino, and I want to be able to get on that craps table and win some money. But anyway, that's what happened with mine, our little trip report. So anyway, we're headed back down. We're going back down middle of September. I've got another seminar that I'm going to down there, and we're going to be down there for another 4 days. So I've got like 3 weeks to try to figure out this hard surface table down here and see if I can do something a little better next time I'm down there. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I just wanted to give you all a heads up, and hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see y'all on the next one. This is Robert. We're out.